beautiful people, and welcome. In today's video, we will be discussing how to graph circles. Specifically, we're working with the standard form of the circles equations. We will be working with one example, how to convert from a expanded or general form to a standard form so that way we can graph. But we're just going to go through some very quick examples and have you get back to your awesome day. All right, disclaimer time. Human, I am. Mistakes I make. Let me know where they happen, and I will correct them, and we both can learn. All right, let's get started. Example number 1. I believe every math teacher always says this. I am not an artist. We will pretend that my circles are perfect, and that's enough said on that. First one we have is x minus 1 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals to 9. This is already in your standard form. Okay, first thinking bubble of the day. So standard form. Standard form is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Your h and k are your center point. Your r is your radius. So let's identify that information. So for your center point, what I recommend is always take the opposite of what you see. So if you see a -1, it's going to be a +1. And if you see a -1, it's going to be a +1. So whatever you see, you're going to take the opposite. This right here for your radius, please do not make the mistake of calling 9 your radius. 9 is r squared. So 9 is equal to r squared. We want just r. So now we have it as 3. Now some of you might say, you took the square root. So where's the plus or minus? We are specifically talking about a unit of measure. Measure distance, okay? So the distance between the center point and the outer point of the circle is the distance of radius. So distance cannot be negative, therefore we only take the positive value. Now if you were solving, in our previous videos, we were solving using completing the square. Solving is different, okay? Solving is not talking about distance. Distance can't be negative. Anywho, we have our center point, we have our radius. Now let's talk a little bit about a circle. Again, we are going to pretend that my circles are perfect. That is nowhere near perfect, but we have great imaginations. Let's use them. Here is our circle. No, this is not how you're going to graph your circle. We're just going to talk about this one. So what we mean about our center point is the location of this point here. The radius is the distance from the center to the outer point. Now, we all know that the distance is the same no matter where it is. So when you say the radius distance is 3, what I recommend is choose a place where you can count jumps. So it's much easier to just count the jumps than actually doing it a different way, but I will show you the other way as well. Okay, so let's now graph. All right, our center point is at 1, 1, so here's 1, here's 1, here's our center point. Now our radius, this is what I mean. Our radius is 3, so I know that 3 jumps to my right and 3 jumps to my left are going to be the end points of my circle. So 1, 2, 3, this is 1, this is 1. So 1, 2, 3. So my ending will be 3 jumps away from my center point. And then again, 1, 2, 3 jumps away from my center point. We can even put a C here for center point. And then same thing, up and down. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Now, I promise you, freehanding it the way that I am will not get you a perfect circle. So we're going to have to fudge it a little bit. But if you use a given graph, it should work out a little bit better. So we're going to roughly sketch out something that should maybe give us a circle. We're going to pretend it's a circle. And if it doesn't, we're going to ignore that fact. Let's make 4 a little bit closer because my OCD is kicking in. There we go. That looks like a circle-ish. Looks way off center, but that's okay. Let's make our center here. As long as you don't change your actual numbers, it's still 1, still works. So here is our center. Here's our radius, and we're good. Now my OCD is truly kicking in. There we go. Now it looks like a better circle. And you've graphed it. You've graphed your circle. That's all there is to it. Let's do another one. Example 2. Let's see. Oh, let's do this one. X squared plus y minus 3 squared is equal to 14. Again, standard form. X minus h plus y minus 3. I think standard form, yeah, that's minus. Okay. Squared equals to r squared, so whatever square root of 14 is. Center point, I'm just going to call it C from now on, easier, is the opposite. So h, there is no h, so it's 0. And then the opposite of this one here would be positive 3. You don't have to write that positive. Radius is equal to the square root of 14. Don't know what square root of 14 is, but we're gonna figure it out. All right, that's it. Let's graph. All right, where's our center point? 0, 3. And again, we are humans. We are not computers, so we're gonna roughly sketch this out. And I'm noticing that I won't have enough room, so I'm gonna adjust. I highly recommend using pencil on this. Don't use pen because there's lots of erasing. There we go. That's better. 1, 2, 3. Here's our center point. Again, the distance this way, this way, this way, and this way is going to be our root 14. Ooh, looks like our light just went down. Much better. I apologize for how long you guys were unable to see my work. Okay, so we're going to have the distance of root 14 quickly on the calculator. That is equal to 3.7. So let me double check that because I'm going off of something else. Let's double check that real quick if my calculator decides to cooperate. 3.7 times 3.7 is in fact 1369. So not quite. So let's do the square root of 14. I'm happy I checked. Square root of 14 is 3.74-ish. All right, so 3.7. Let's use a marker so you guys can see what I'm doing. So about 3.74-ish jumps. 1, 2, 3-ish. 1, 2, 3-ish. 1, 2, 3-ish. So it'd be closer. And then 1, 2, 3-ish. So it'd be closer. So now we're going to do our circle. Again, roughly sketch it. Use a pencil. There it is. And you have yourself a circle. And I just realized you can't see it. I'm going to turn the light off so you can see it. There it is. Here's your circle. Let's do one more example where they don't give you the equation in standard form. They give you an equation in expanded form, and then we have to figure it out. Let's do finding an example here. Finding an example here. And it looks like I don't have one right off the top of my head, so we're going to call it good for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope graphing circles is fun and easy, and if you have any questions, please let me know. And that's it. Thank you for watching.